Hey everyone, stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here, like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications for when we go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open. Tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you are here right now, say what up. Glad you are with us. We have Jeff, Michael, Faiz, Hank, Chad Gaming, Rodney, Victor, Jarrell, Jack. If you're just joining, say what up. How you doing? Christopher Wong, Ryan. Glad you all glad you all are with us. Thanks for sticking with me while I was on a little break. But feels good. It feels good to be back. Feels good to be looking at them charts again, kind of see what's going on. Yesterday we had kind of a wild day. Right now we do have the S&Ps up 21, Dow's up 166, Nasdaq up 61. So we do have kind of a lot going on right now. Gold is up 23. Silver's up as well. I mean, just everything straight up except for Tesla. Tesla's taking a little dump right now. I mean, it's still green on the day, but it took a little bit of dump due to some downgrades. Nothing like some healthy Tesla downgrades right a couple days before earnings. You know what I mean? Yo, JCam, what's going on? A couple things getting into it. There were some earnings reports out this morning. What is this? What is this? Okay. Sorry, guys. Carl, how you doing? Glad you all are joining us. People are probably like, when is this dude coming back? Or they probably just like gave up. I mean, like, you know what? Screw Nick. Better off without him. Glad he's gone. But to get into it, we did have Coca-Cola. We had Lockheed Martin. We had IBM last night. IBM did very well on their earnings last night. They smashed earnings. Sales in their cloud division was up. However, their adjusted earnings fell 31% and beat analyst expectations. They thought they were going to do much worse. Revenue declined year over year for the second quarter in a row, with coronavirus playing a role across multiple business lines. However, they said there was good news because cloud and stuff was going up, which the expected move on IBM was like $4. It moved. It's right there now. It was up a lot more, but now it's kind of settling in around 132.47. So it's right at the top of the expected move right now. So it closed at 126.37. Actually, it's a little bit beyond because it's $4. So it's like $6. So it's $2 above the expected move. It was only expected to move to like 130, 131 area. It's at 132.50-ish. So, and it hit my target to buy Monday. Thing took off again, man. I mean, it feels like everything just is just ripping. Like everything is just ripping except for banks and airlines. Do you think we can get a sharp drop soon, like we had a few times like tomorrow, like 100-point drop? 100-point drop in SPY. I don't know if we're gonna get that sharp. What I'm kind of eyeing right now though is the one thing I am concerned, if we go to the Nasdaq. Especially the Nasdaq. The one thing I am concerned is, this is a definitely a bullish formation. This is going pretty much up every day. We do have some pullback days that are pretty large. But if the one thing that I wanted to point out here is, if you take away the whole pandemic, this is just kind of following the trend that it had set before. And it was consolidating before. We were kind of bouncing up and down. And then we started to take off, right? Slowly but surely, we started to take off. And then we had the pandemic. Now, I think the main difference right now, especially like in the Qs, is earnings is not good. Like these companies' earnings compared to a year ago, I mean, most of these people like Coke, they're down 30-40% year over year. I mean, all of their earnings are down, and yet we're still ripping up. So I'm a little bit concerned. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm going full bear. Right now, I'm going with the trend. I don't care. I don't care if whoever has terrible earnings or does, whatever the case is. Long term, it's gonna settle out. Short term, as an options trader, we need to take a look at just what's the trend. And obviously right now the trend is purely up. It's straight up. And there's really no way around it. And people are like, well, everyone's sales are down year over year. This has happened. Yeah, it's true. It's true. But stocks are still going up. IBM, what did it say? IBM was down. Earnings fell 31%. Revenue declined year over year for the second quarter in a row. That's just one. Revenue declined 5%. Company's net income was down. This is huge. I mean, company's net income, which came out to $1.36 billion, was down 46%. A year ago, if a company's revenue or income was down 46%, you're like, bro, that thing would tank. But now, in today's market, that stock is going up today. Now, I think that it's going to, IBM is probably going to pull back a little bit here. Probably going to pull back probably like the 130 area, kind of settle in there on IBM. Probably pull back just to 130. Let's see if it accepts the 200-day. Right now, the 200-day is 129. If it gaps up above and pulls back down, I'm expecting it to come down to like 130, 129 area is kind of what I would be looking at. But I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. All the tech stocks running hard. Amazon, Apple. But then you get into like the financials. JP Morgan not looking good. Bank of America not looking good. Then you get over into like the airlines not looking good. Like all these stocks are not doing. The only stocks that are doing well right now are tech stocks. That's it. That's it. Tech stocks. I mean, I honestly don't even know what is winning at right now. It's okay. It's okay. Not as bad. But the only thing that's winning right now is tech stocks, which is fine. But that's where all the money is piling into right now, which means nobody trusts anything else. Like everyone's like, we're just gonna pile into Apple. That's a safe bet. Apple still has this dividend. We'll pile in, AMD. AMD's running hot, but AMD's getting to the top of the range right now. It does look bullish, but the question is, when is AMD gonna break out of here, and what's the catalyst to break it out? I don't know. So I don't really know. I do know that when we make these massive moves up, huge down moves follow. Now, I'm not saying, SPY is going to go down 100 points or anything crazy like that, but I do think huge moves are going to follow. I mean, if we look at SPY right now, I mean, it was stuck in this range of basically 300 and 315, and now we're testing the top of the range right now. Right now, it's at 326, so it's gapping up above. Gapping above resistance. It could be on track for all-time highs. It really could. But the problem with SPY right now is tech is the majority of this. If tech sells off, this thing's in trouble. This thing is in trouble. And also, I'm a little bit concerned about, what was it, 2018 or was it 2017? I don't remember. But they changed the weight of the S&P 500 where tech stocks have more weight. And it made sense, but now tech controls the S&P 500. It's just the way it is. Yo, Matthew, what's going on? Nick, 2 weeks ago we talked about TWLO. Do you mind doing a recap because what you said was pretty spot on? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Hank, you could play the pullback on IBM if you want. I'm not saying it's not investment advice. It's just what I'm looking at right now. When you're looking at IBM, that is what the chart is telling me. It's probably going to pull back down to the 130 area. We'll see. Right now stocks are selling off a little bit. Tesla got hit with the downgrade, so it's tanking a little bit here, but it's all good. It's all good. I know the week that I was gone, I mean, it was a consolidation week, so it's no surprise that we're pumping this week because last week was a consolidation week. But Twilio, Carl, Twilio, kind of what I was looking at on Twilio, and it looks like while I was gone, so Twilio has been riding, and I think this is where people got faked out, like on Twilio. Okay, Twilio obviously last earnings gapped up huge, and it stuck, consolidating between 180 and 200 on Twilio, and Twilio, like I was saying before, you have to understand the personality of each stock. Yo, Ben, what's good? What's good? And Twilio has its own unique personality. And what I'm viewing here on Twilio is, okay, it consolidates and then makes a move up. Consolidates and then makes a move up. And I'm looking to consolidate here. Like right now, I would be looking to consolidate here at like the 244, 240, like the 240, 260 range. Like I would expect some consolidation here before the next leg up. And that is, you're going to have to use that knowledge to make a trade. That's just the personality of the stock. Like it makes huge moves all at once and then consolidates for a while, then makes another huge move, consolidates for a while, then makes another huge move. And I think where people got faked out, it's been riding this 10-day up. Every time it falls down, it pulls back up, fell down, pull back up. And now this time when it pushed back up hard up to 250, the fake out, it crushed below the 10-day and it was sticking below, and people were probably starting to get bearish, like, oh, we're getting bearish down here. But all it really did was come back to this 220, 218 support area right in here. And now it's making huge moves to the upside. So I would have probably, like, honestly, probably would have gone a little bit small in here. There are some bearish indicators here that does look a little bearish, but everything is still bullish. Everything here, there's nothing about this chart that is not bullish. Now, what I think the biggest mistake for shorts, and I'm guilty of it too, like people that are shorting, I'm guilty of it too, is trying to guess the top. Like, oh, this got to be the top, man. This is the top right here, bro. I'm going to get it in. And it's not the top. It's not the top. And you keep adding and throwing money away. Just follow the trend, and when the trend changes, that is when it's time to short, right? Like this chart, it popped up, came back down to support, now popped back up again. What about this? I mean, yeah, you could have made money from the 250 to 220, but go with the easier money. Easier to go with the bulls right now if you're trading Twilio. Way easier. Go with who has pull. We don't have enough, as retail traders, we don't have enough capital to make a difference. We have to go with who's in charge. We just got to go with it. You may not like it, pride, ego, and you may hate the company. If you hate the company, don't trade it. Like if you don't like the company, just don't trade it. Like if you have an emotional attachment to a company, do not trade it because you're going to make bad decisions. Jarrell, Walmart. So when I left, Walmart was ripping on that. What was it? Walmart Plus News and being a competitor with Amazon Prime, and Amazon went down that day a little bit, and then Walmart ripped up. And yeah, huge move. I generally don't like trading Walmart, and the reason why I don't like trading Walmart is because it's way too much chop. I mean, this chart, if you look here, this thing is a disaster, going up, down, doesn't know which direction it wants to go. Is it coming back down to support? Is it moving up? Is it falling? We don't know. What we do know now is it came back down to support. It ripped up on the news. However, a lot of selling up in this area. It cannot get above the 133, 134 area. It tried. It failed. It's coming back down now. So, I mean, I don't know when Walmart Plus is going to be launching. You can look into that, but the next catalyst probably for Walmart is when that service launch. Probably expect it to go up. Probably try to layer in a little bit long for when that. Let me see if I can look it up. Let's see if we can. see, Walmart Plus launch date. Let's see here. We got a couple links here. Walmart was originally planning to reveal Walmart Plus in late March or April, but the retailer pushed it back. The launch date after the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay. I don't see a launch date on here, but the next catalyst, there's probably no catalyst for Walmart unless this launches. I don't see a launch date. So we need a launch date here, and that's probably going to be the catalyst for Walmart to push higher. So we'll see what Walmart does. But right now, if you didn't get in long, you might be able to get a little bit of a pullback down here to like the 128 area. But I don't see like a whole lot of opportunity in Walmart myself right now. I mean, it's too choppy. It's hit the top. However, positive catalysts such as a launch date could come out at any minute and wreck your position. So for me, I would not try to get into that. I mean, that's just my opinion. Obviously, do what you want to do, but I think it's a tough trade. Any thoughts on the airline? So what, Christopher? What I'm looking at on the airlines, because we do have American Airlines reporting Thursday before market open. I'm gonna let American Airlines report before I make any other decisions regarding the other airlines. I'm not gonna probably trade American Airlines. What's IV coming in at? IV's coming in at 135%. I think the airlines are in a very tough position because a lot of news came out like yesterday. What was it? Like air travel may never come back to pre-COVID levels. I mean, even now in Chicago, and I'm not talking about the airlines, even right now in Chicago, traffic is way, 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 way down. And I don't know if that's because no one has jobs, everyone's remote. I don't know. I mean, we're technically back open where people can go back to work, go back to their jobs, do their thing. But right now, anywhere you travel in Chicago, there's like rush hour down here. Like normally would be hours long. Like you can go anywhere right now under an hour in Chicago, which is like at like 5 p.m., which is unheard of. Right? So I don't know about air travel. I mean, they had popped back up, got smacked down at the 200-day, and now it likes this area right here between 10 and 11, right? However, I'm a little bit worried about the airlines because if they don't have the revenue and they don't have like let's say they went through the government bailouts, what's next for the airlines? You know, the next thing is belly up. Like, I wonder if they're going to be like, I wonder how long we can go on like this. You know what I mean? Like, you know, American Airlines might get on the conference call and their CEO will be like sending the SOS. You know, it's like saying, I don't know how long we can carry on like this. I don't know how much more we can handle this type of low. And then, you know, before we start having massive layoffs. I mean, there's a lot of companies right now, they're saying, hey, we'll lay you off in August or we'll lay you off in October because they have to guarantee those jobs because of those PPP loans came through, right? And now, I honestly, the airlines, it's like a ticking time bomb, honestly. If air travel does not come back, and it does not look like it's coming back anytime soon, and they don't have the funds to sustain day-to-day operations, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? Yo, Tobin, glad you're here. Did you already give away the solution to get rich quick? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yo, Ariana. Delta's the only one that has positioned itself to survive daily cash burn, weigh down employees taking leave packages. Yeah, Ryan, I agree. If I would, I mean, but Delta has always been the healthiest out of all of them. So I would probably lean towards them. But honestly, things are just when it comes to travel and vacationing and that whole thing. Like normally I take a couple of vacations a year. I'll go to Cali, I'll go to Mexico, I'll go different places and air travel, all the whole thing. You know what I did this year? Took my son fishing on the lake, which was great for my wallet. But I mean, there's probably a lot of people like me that are not going to risk it. Like people that haven't, like if you've gotten coronavirus, you're probably good. You're like, oh, I'll just live life. And I know people that have gotten coronavirus and are like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm go back to normal operations. But if you haven't gotten it, like myself, you don't want to risk your whole family. Like if I was a single guy, I mean, to be honest with you, if I was a single guy living, I would probably just, not saying I would try to get it, but I wouldn't be as nervous. But since I have a whole household, like, I don't want to do that. Yeah, Southwest is good as well. DKNG, Delta and Southwest probably going to make it through. What we're probably going to see in the future, if things don't pan out, we're probably going to see some sort of consolidation of the airlines. United buys American Airlines, or Delta buys American Airlines, or I know for a fact American Airlines is pure trash and probably on its way out. so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yo, DKNG. Let's look at DKNG. Yo, Daniel, how you doing? So DKNG, it was falling off. It was downtrending, but now it's reversed. So we were trending down on DKNG. Obviously, it ripped up from a low of 1760, went as high as $44, and then was consolidating. And then there was people probably like all those Robinhood traders like, oh, I'm tired. I thought this was going 100 in a day, and I thought I was going to be rich, and they were trading their fractional shares on DKNG. Little did they know, the stock needed some time to breathe, needs some time to consolidate. And it consolidated. There were some sellers here, dipped all the way down to 27. If I was here, I probably would have bought this, honestly, but I wasn't here. And it came back down to the support area, which we saw back in May, and it popped back up immediately. Went from 27 up to almost 37. I mean, $10 move in 4 days. Come on. And the thing is, because you have these massive moves, you're probably going to get all these people that like FOMO traders again. That's the thing with DKNG and the stocks like Tesla and stuff like that, is you get a lot of FOMO traders like, oh, dang, I sold and I missed the move. I'm going to get back in. And then they push the stock back up. And those traders, I don't even want to call them traders. Those people, because they're not traders, because they don't know anything about charts of the market. They just buy what's hot and hop on and then hop off. And then they hop off when they think it's not, like when it's not moving anymore. So I think that this is going to push up to like the 40-42 range. But, I know some sports are back. I know baseball's back. The Cubs and Sox are playing each other again. I mean, but I don't know about, basketball didn't start, right? Sorry, I've been gone. Wasn't basketball start scheduled? Okay, yeah. Basketball scheduled to start. So this could be pumping. This could be pumping up the DKNG. So looks like games for the NBA are starting July 30th. Baseball. So baseball's playing now, so it's probably pumping up. These numbers here. So DKNG is people are going to start betting on these. I don't know, but basketball starts. So baseball started, basketball starting back up. So we'll see how it goes. So you might want to get. I mean, if you want. I mean, we'll see. I might taste a little bit. We'll see. Might try to play up the run up into the basketball season. See if that's a catalyst for DKNG. Looks like DKNG is having a little bit of a reversal here. DKNG is up to 36 right now. After hours, had a little bit of a rocky, but it looks nice for excuse me, looks nice for a day trade. What time frame are you using? So this one I was using the 1 year, 1 day. I had the 5 minute and then I had the 15 minute. So I traded that. Yo, James, what's going on? Any thoughts on Netflix, Ben? So Netflix, they had earnings and it's pretty much stuck at 500 right now. Earnings, honestly, for Netflix wasn't very good. Bull trend is still intact here, so it's still bullish, even though it's a little bit ugly. But the question is, what is it going to do here? What is it going to do? There's some nice intraday movement, but I don't know if I'm going to trade it. We'll see. If it can hold the 500 area, would be good. Yesterday we had some crazy movement. I mean, this dipped all the way down to 483, came as high as 500, but it's been kind of gravitating back down towards 500 even after earnings. The day after earnings, it pushed up to 500, came down to 485, and just kind of sat there, burning up some premium. And then obviously yesterday we had a huge rip up to 500, and then it did hit all the way up to like 505 area, which is still at right now. So I think it probably needs to shrug off earnings. Like, as you can see, last quarter it moved up quite a bit on earnings, downtrended for a few days, and then slowly moved back up. And it looks like it's doing the same sort of price action right now. All right, market opens in 1 minute. Thoughts on Cadence, CDNS? You gotta ride with the bulls. When you see a chart, like every chart these days looks like this. Gotta go with the bulls. Buy the dips. It's all you can do. It's all you can do. Hold through the pain. Sometimes it dips below the 10-day. Just hold through and you'll be rewarded. I mean, simple strategies. ZM, Christopher. So ZM, I could not believe yesterday. I mean, I was looking at it. I didn't trade yesterday. I was just looking at the charts while I was doing some work and stuff, and they really thought they really tricked people thinking they were going to take this thing down to the 220 area or 200 area, 220, 200. Yet they reversed it and flipped it on them. It's got to ride with the bulls. It's back above the 10-day. Probably going to be pushing 300, No news. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, a lot of price action was super, super fishy yesterday. It was fishy. Hold on, I'm closing out some positions here. Trying to make some money. What do you guys think? If we can get out. So the thing about IBM. I mean, IBM right now kind of sucks, like the price action in there. Trying to get out of my position. I sold some premium in there. All right, we got out IBM. Not a huge winner there. IBM, the price action kind of sucks. So I made 64 bucks. I definitely thought that I was going to lose on that position. So IBM yesterday got a 472 credit, bought it back for 440. Probably could have waited, probably made more money, but I'm not gonna fight it. IBM's probably coming back down. Probably could have crushed premium when it come back down to 130, but $64 after taking a week off trading. I'll take it. Gonna buy some DPZ pizzas for you guys this week. There you go. Just paid for it. Yeah, probably should have waited because this it's coming down. It's coming down, but who cares? Who cares? Let's get out of IPM. Probably should have waited. I sold on the spike up instead of down, but I was really, really, really surprised that IBM went up as much as it did. So that's why I wanted to get out. I took my profits. I wanted to get out. I don't want to mess with it. Probably should have let them crush premium a little bit. I mean, what? They did crush. They took out about half the premium. This was up yesterday. This was up 55%. Premium came down to 38%. So made $60. Probably could have waited, made a little bit more. But hey, don't be greedy on an earnings trade that you really did nothing on. Rinse and repeat, baby. But yeah, the market's kind of struggling right now. Let's see where SPY's at. SPY kind of holding above 326 right now. Let's see what Amazon's doing. Amazon gapped up 24 points, 43 points now. Just such wild price action. Just wild. Michael, why do they keep going up? I mean, I wouldn't say that the airlines are going up. I mean, I wouldn't call. I mean, yesterday was a disaster for like Delta, Royal. I mean, I wouldn't say these stocks are going up. I mean, I think Royal Caribbean is probably trending up a little bit. Looks a lot better. Royal Caribbean looks a lot better than like airline stocks, to be honest with you. This looks more bullish than like American Airlines, and maybe they can weather the storm. Man, Tesla already back to green, reversing here. Whew. So Tesla has, who cares why? Doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter why things go up. You just trade the price action. Like, at this point in time, valuations, earnings, they don't matter. Anything like technical analysis, like everything, throw it out the window. You know, like we're in an era where the Fed is intervening. We're in an era where there's a whole bunch of retail traders just buying stocks like Hertz and JCPenney, knowing they're getting liquidated. You know, like what we're doing right now, it makes no sense. So that's why you just got to keep it simple. Trade the chart. Doesn't matter why things go up or things go down at this point in time. It really doesn't. Like when you get too far down the rabbit hole is when you start stacking your losses. You know, oh, why? Oh, look at this. Look at this. IBM falling to 130. So if the powers that be, small traders like us, we just kind of got to go, like I was saying earlier, we kind of have to go along for the ride. We can't dictate where a stock goes. You know, even if I had 1,000 people watching this stream and I said, hey, everyone trade Apple like all the penny stock gurus do, it won't even matter. It won't even matter, you know? IBM crack 129. Probably should have held on. It's all good. Made it easy, $64. That's how it goes sometimes. But what I'm looking to sell some premium on Snapchat probably today. I'll be looking to get into Twitter. I'm not going to trade Southwest or American Airlines. I might trade Microsoft. I'm not going to trade Tesla. I don't know. I don't know what Tesla's going to do, but it's probably going to be a face ripper. Maybe it won't. Maybe we'll just suck all the premium out, and people will be like, "Oh, it's like that. It's like when your dad buys like the gigantic fireworks set that cost him $1,000 or something, and you go and he lights it and it's sizzling, and then it gets all the way down and nothing happens, and you're like, Then he gets pissed because he bought a dud. That's how earnings is sometimes. You know, you think that, oh, it's gonna be a huge mover like Tesla, and then like last quarter, like a lot of stocks didn't move. So if Hank's still here, probably would have been a good move to buy some puts, 130 puts on IBM. Came right down. Probably should have held, but it's all good. CMG, so Chipotle. The one thing that I will say about Chipotle, caution yourself. I mean, there is no volume on the calls or puts. None. No open interest. Bid in the ask is like $10. Like, probably the best thing you could do is do some spreads. That's the best thing that you can do if you want to trade it. But like, just be very, 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 very careful. Obviously, it's priced in to blow the top off. So if you want, maybe I will. Maybe sell some credit put spreads. Maybe I'll sell some credit put spreads on here. IV's at 84%. Looks like it's set up to have a nice pop off above 1200. You know, question for you: tried Forex? I mean, I've dipped a little bit into Forex. I don't really like it that much, but I can see how Forex can make you money, and I can see how it could cost you a lot too. You know, man, I got this on my trip. I got stung by a yellow jacket, and it literally still itches. I mean, it's insane how one little bee can, like, it made my hand's still swollen from like a few days ago. Just crazy. Like those yellow jackets are not joking around. I'm glad I only got stung once, because it didn't hurt, but the after effects was like my hand for like a couple days felt like I punched somebody, and now just like is swollen and itches. It's like so annoying. Man, stocks are coming down a little bit. Nasdaq is red. Dow's still up 171. S&Ps are up 14, but Nasdaq down 26. So tech is getting slammed here. Tesla's down. Netflix is down. Nvidia is down. Nvidia is getting hammered right now. So, you know, for me, I'm going to kind of be looking at some reversals here, some bullish reversals. What I'm looking at. Don't worry, Michael. We're here. We're here as a community. You know, join our Discord, join our options group on Facebook. We're here to support each other, answer questions. You know, nobody's above anybody. Everyone has a different skill level, I guess you can call it. And you know, we're all just trying to make money in the market. Yo, Future Habits, thanks so much. Carl, TDOC. Sorry, I missed your let's see here. TDOC. Back to work. Same thing, Carl. This is the same exact thing with like TWLO, just riding up, buy the dips. Now, the thing is, you want to buy the dip, buy it on the reversal, like the double bottoms here. Like, look, you can see the double bottoms. Buy the double bottoms. Don't try to catch the knife. Try to catch the knife, you get your face ripped off with a style like this. Wait for the reversal, like today. Like, what am I waiting for today? Like on SPY or the Qs. I'm waiting for the reversal. Try to catch a few points. When we're still green, SPY is still green on the day. It's going down, so bulls are still in my favor. Like, I'm not gonna buy here. I'm gonna wait to catch the reversal. DocuSign ripping way down right now. DocuSign gapped up to 205, now ripping down to 198. I mean, some interesting price action right now. Zoom right now is trying to have a little bit of reversal, but I don't know if it's strong. It doesn't look very strong. We'll see. We'll see on Zoom. I mean, does look like Zoom wants to have a reversal, but let's tough right now. Zoom looks decent. We'll see what happens here. Could be forming a double bottom here. Could push up to like the 270 area. But the way they crushed that so fast. It's just crazy. Here it could be coming right now. So I'm gonna see what it does. I'm gonna have the stream be a little bit of a shorter stream. We're trying to get back into the flow here. I will be up in Facebook. I'll be on Discord. I'll be around. Hit me up. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.